My name is Melissa. I'm 42 years old and 9 months. I've been trying to conceive for 2 years. I was diagnosed with low AMH because of my age, and I was immediately recommended to do IVF, which I did 3 cycles of IVF. Unfortunately, they were all unsuccessful. Well, one of them worked, but I had a miscarriage at 6.5 weeks. Later in the year, also had another miscarriage at 8.5 weeks. So after, the failed fertility treatments, and it was really difficult on my mind, on my body, I decided that I was going to try naturally. And I stumbled upon the fertility activation method on the internet and decided to try that, which I really regret not stumbling upon it earlier. Immediately gave me a sense of control over my fertility, over my body. Started doing the acupressure points, started feeling better. Cycle was regulating. Things just started really improving overall. I could feel it every single month. I'm currently pregnant. I'm 8.5 weeks pregnant, and things are going really well. I went for a early ultrasound and everything was looking good. So I'm so thankful that I was able to to use the fertility activation method, and obviously I strongly recommend it.
Hello there, my name is Kate. I'm 39 years old, and fertility clinic told me that I had unexplained infertility. They could not promise that even a fertility treatment would be helpful because my hormones were so healthy. And they told me maybe I was too old and my eggs were bad. So I was unwilling to receive that conclusion, and I purchased the fertility activation method in the summer. Lo and behold, I was expecting in November, and I am now 24 weeks pregnant with identical twin boys. What especially attracted me to FAM, however, was the fact that I did not know much about traditional Chinese medicine. That was still a world that I had not yet explored. And I was partly curious. And this was an opportunity for me to learn and to support my body with further measures because apparently I still needed some. I noticed changes in my ovulation primarily. Honestly, it felt like I was in my 20s again. Things began to shift as far as when ovulation happened and how noticeable it was. I was able to know it was coming and know it was happening far more easily than I had been previously.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I have been struggling with fertility for a few years now. I had a loss in the second trimester at age 40, and since then have had unexplained infertility, and I am 45 years old. But one thing I really noticed was that my cycle became very regular, and I also take my basal body temperature every single morning, and really noticed just that shooting up because I was diagnosed with low progesterone several months before trying FAM, and noticed that my temperatures would go really, really high after I would ovulate. And that was really a positive for me because I felt like my body was getting ready to be able to support a pregnancy. Honestly, just cannot believe it after all the things that you read about the statistics and age and everything. And honestly, I just feel so blessed to be 45 years old and pregnant. It's just an amazing miracle, and I'm so thankful for FAM and for Heidi for developing this program.
My name is Sandra, and I was diagnosed with diminished ovarian reserve 2 years ago when I was 37. So I'm now 39, turning 40 in a couple of months. And I had a miscarriage. And so I came across Heidi's program about 4 months ago. And I was so drawn to it because it felt like it really gave me the chance to take control of my own body and my health and my fertility in a much more natural way. So I felt very empowered by it. And thanks to the program, I believe, and to the fact that it helped me heal my gut, which I have struggled with for years, I got pregnant naturally right after doing IVF. And now I'm in week 11 of my pregnancy. And we are just amazed at how things have happened for us. And I'm just so thankful for the program. I ended up really going for it when she, in one of the videos, explains diminished ovarian reserve. And she says that it's not necessarily that a woman runs out of eggs. It's just that the ovary needs to relearn how to recruit these eggs. And of course, you need to work on the health of the eggs. But once that happens, then you start to see a regular ovulation and higher fertility. So that was a perspective that I had never heard before. Every doctor said, you're running out of eggs, you're running out of eggs, and your eggs are of a lesser quality. And that's all I heard. And it was so disempowering. So I felt incredibly empowered by Heidi's program, by her approach, and how she really just wants us to be the masters of our own health.
My name is Liz, and I'm 40 years old. Last year, about 9 months ago, after 2 very early miscarriages around 5 weeks, I had some testing done, and I received a diagnosis of diminished ovarian reserve with an AMH level of 0.19. I'd say I joined FAM because I wanted to be able to do something to help myself. So I was seeing different practitioners like an acupuncturist and a Reiki therapist, but I really wanted something that I could do at home to sort of take charge of things to the extent that one can even take charge of their fertility. But that part was appealing to me. And I also felt that the acupressure protocols were really manageable and they just really appealed to me. I liked that there were different ones for different phases of the cycle and for different symptoms or issues. I did the acupressure protocols religiously a couple of times a day and would also occasionally do some of the other techniques, but really did a lot of the self acupressure. And about 10 weeks after that, I was pregnant. So in addition to getting pregnant, which was obviously the goal, I do think it really helped my digestion. So that was actually the first sign for me that something might be shifting.